Hi all, welcome to our first live stream here at TCM Education. I hope it's going to be now a process where we're going to live stream, and some of you will join. I don't know exactly how the program will work. Obviously, I will post a couple of live streams to get interest, and if people will sign up, the plan, at least right now on paper, is to live stream between the open 9:15 to 10, and then uh, take a break, and then live stream again after 12 noon. So anywhere between 9:15 and 10, that's 45 minutes, and then from 12 to 12:30, that's another 30 minutes. And of course, if there was going to be, huge support for this effort, I will do more, and maybe we'll get more people to analyze and manage, because this is, of course, part of our daily routine. We are producing content, and you cannot produce content when you are live streaming, obviously. And live streaming includes giving feedback. That's the whole purpose of the live stream, for people to join in, ask questions, and hopefully deliver a vibrant community where some of you will trade, others will ask questions. I'm not going to trade. I'm just going to be at your service and answer questions. I'm not going to do what I did for 15 years at TradeNet and TFS, which was great for a period of time. Then it wasn't that great. So I'm going to make myself available as a mentor, and I'm not going to suggest uh, trades, although I know that it's impossible because the regulations are so tough. And again, I don't know where are you located. Uh, in Israel, where I'm located right now, the regulation is just insane. You cannot say anything. It just uh, it become a police a police state here, as it pertains to stocks. But being that it is in English, I have, I don't know, people will ask me, and I'm not going to ask you, okay, where are you from? You're from India, I will answer. And if you are from Tel Aviv, no, not answering you. And if you are, of course, many, I hope that most of the uh, um, listeners and viewers will be from the US, which is, the guys that know this business. So again, let's see how it's going to work. First of all, uh, we'll start with analyzing the S&P. That will take I don't know, 5 minutes. The S&P is just a boring a boring entity lately. Again, we are at all-time highs, but we're barely moving. We don't have any more drivers, not to mention burners. Although next week is a crucial week, the most important week of earnings, with Apple, Amazon reporting, and I think Microsoft as well. So we have Apple, Amazon, Microsoft. Maybe I'm missing one important stock. Financials are gone. Tesla is over. And then we have another month before NVIDIA reports. So that's pretty much the end of the earnings season, as much as important stocks or leading stocks are reporting. And then we're going to move. And obviously, we don't care. I mean, those who trade um, don't need to, you don't care about the symbol as long as you make a buck or a good trade. And yesterday it was an amazing day trade for shorts, just to make a point. Today we'll see what happened. So again, being that now I'm talking to myself, this is the plan, to have a two-way basically response and communication between me and the guys that will be able to write their comments here on the live chat. And let's say you one asked for me to look at, let me see a stock that's interesting. Let's say Coles, KSS, and you ask me what the heck is going on with KSS? Why is it not at 90? Because that's what GME did a couple of years ago, and I can give you my opinion. Why is not KSS not GameStop? So again, again, the idea here is to find as much as possible intraday setups that fit the strategy. Here at TCM, we are teaching a very precise strategy, and some trades obviously fit, others don't. So let's move now, after we discussed the procedures, into looking at stocks. And let's start with weak stocks. I have a list here. The name is Basic Shorts, and I will show you exactly how it's being built. Okay, and so stocks under $10. You can see them. I don't know why I don't have a pointer here. Another issue. Anyway, stocks under $10. I think you can see my cursor moving, but definitely you can hear me. A volume under 3 million shares. 3,000 K means 3 million. Percentage under 5%. They need to be under 5% to be in this list. Okay, that's important. And the trading range, which is a factor that we discussed again and again on the channel, here is 6, and we will increase it later to 8, 7, 8. But we don't have that many stocks on the list, so it's not like we have a problem. So let's take a look at the list, starting with the worst performing stock today, Carter's. What's going on in Carter's? So huge gap down, but so the stock is. Let me move to It's a 3-minute bar. It was rejected at 23.50. You can see, guys, this perfect rejection. Wow, I would have looked for a short here, 100%. Big mistake. It was rejected, but it didn't break. I think. Let me see if it broke the lows of the day. No, it didn't break 23.50. Unbelievable. Anyway, the stock is down a lot. So maybe now it changed direction. We can't rule this thing out. So if we're talking about one stock that should be followed today, the volume is good. I don't want to say very good, but good enough. Let's see the quotes here. Quotes are reasonable. It's a bit spready, but nothing crazy. Okay. Okay, let's move to another stock. That's CHTR. Okay, CHTR. That's I remember this stock from the past, down 17%. This is definitely a mega mover, very spready. Not going to be easy to trade this one. So if you want to trade this one, you must use a money position. Like 30 shares are 10 grand, 60 shares 20 grand, and so forth. What I dislike about trading this stock, and again, the volume today is relatively good actually, 5.4 million. So investors are definitely getting rid of CHTR. Is that the liquidity is so poor. Now, where is an entry point? Obviously, a move higher to the VWAP would be a short play. A move under the lows can be a short play, but the risk here is, you know what? Maybe there isn't that much risk if you $3 is 1% here. Anyway, let's move on. I don't see anything spectacular. Okay, PNFP. It's shortable, and here it is an entry point. Actually, it's sitting here at an entry point here at 92.25. the risk will be 91.25. The risk will be to the 91.75. So only in this case, only 25 to 75. That's 50 cents of risk. That's half a percent. Why I like this trade is because it delivers a very low risk, and it sits in a channel, and it's after a nice move higher. So if we're lucky and it drives down or breaks down, the risk here is minimal. So the risk reward on this trade, if it's going to work and the stock is very weak, can be tremendous. So that's basically a good idea. I'm going to write it down, and PNFP, and visit it later. So that's the concept. I'm not gonna trade, manage, take my eyes away from the charts to manage a trade. That's not gonna happen. So you cannot follow me. You can use me if you want to as a reference for questions, for setups. So I will be free to roam around and look for trades and help you. I won't be sitting here managing my own trade. And let's face it, when I manage my own trade, I used to manage my own trade. I cannot answer questions. I'm, in the business of making money or losing money. So that's the deal. So that's how it's going to work. Hopefully, you like it, the concept. If you don't like it, uh, then won't be able to join or don't join. Okay. So, but still, please stay here with our channel, watch our videos. I think you can benefit from them either way. Just making a point of what kind of trades that I like. This is a setup that I love. Why? It shows very little risk and a lot of potential, and you can trade it with a fixed quantity like $10,000 or $50,000. Okay, the volume is, let me see, the volume 3 million, 5 million shares. So you can use uh, your personal quantity. Of course, you can do whatever you want. It's your own money and your own account. But what I'm suggesting, especially for those who are looking for clarity, use a fixed amount, and you know that the risk here is, let's say, half a percent. I will say 1%. So you risk on each $10,000 of short here, assuming it's shortable with the broker, with your broker here on this platform, it is shortable, and you per each $10,000, which is roughly 100 shares, you risk $100. So you make the decision. You want to risk $100, you want to risk $50, you want to risk $500. If you want to risk up to $500, your position should be 600 shares or 550. It doesn't matter. I mean, let's call it $100 stock. It's 91, but let's round things up. So that's 100 shares per $10,000. And now, what is the target and how we manage? We'll discuss it later if it's going to work. The idea here, the concept is, you don't manage the winner. You manage the loser in terms of the stop loss. And if the stock gets into the money by 1%, you move the stop loss to the entry and create a zero risk environment. That's it. And then we wait, or you wait, in this case, until 4 p.m. And if the stock is at 4 p.m. at 85, that's brilliant. And if it is back at 92, tough luck. And the idea here is to produce, through me, through you, to many others that hopefully will join, 5 to 10 trades per session. Some of those trades will be losers. The maximum loser will be 1%. And some of them will be winners. And a winner can be maybe 3% and maybe 5%. And if we are in the right stock, and we've seen plenty of examples, can be a 10% intraday winner. That's the strategy. Okay, let's move on. QS, I think it's shortable. This is another example where who cares what the price of the stock is? I mean, uh, if you buy or sell $10,000, in this case it's 1,000 shares. Okay, so you don't pay commissions anyway, at least not in the US. So where is an entry point here? Gap down and go. It reverses a lot. I mean, this is a totally game changer, the reversal, and then it moves down again. Hard to pinpoint now an entry. I'm moving on. YMM full track or whatever. Here, for example, it's clear. Okay, so the price action was amazing in the morning session. Another, it didn't actually gap down at all. So if there was a trade, was probably here from the view up, and now weird. Nothing that I see now makes sense to me. I mean, I don't know what is the trend. Is it up from the lows? It's not moving sideways. Let's wait. Okay, that's the concept right now. Sarepta. Okay. Oh, this stock is horrible. One of the worst performing this month from the biotech sector, obviously. So if you want to short it, you have a tough stop loss like 12.30. So that means 10%, 3%. Maybe worth watching, but again, what is the trend of this stock? So it gapped a huge gap down, but it's actually trending up. And we would love to understand what is the trend before doing anything. That's super important to us. Okay, let's move on. Galaxy Digital. This one is not shortable, but again, we will take into account a pattern, and maybe with some brokers it's shortable, maybe with others it's not. What do we see here is a very nice. You know what? My mistake. I can. Wow, what a stupid. Okay, I can pinpoint at the chart. I don't know why I said that I cannot. Take a look at this higher lows pattern. Okay, so that actually calls for a long play, not for a short play, if you observe it very early. If. Now the stock is down 5%, it's obviously not shortable. You need to look for an entry point. The price action is great from the lows, but overall it wasn't that clear. Let's move on. The last stock, Mobileye. Here we had a breakdown. The stock is under the view up all day. That's probably because of the disaster earnings in INTC. That's probably the reason. Okay, let's move on to the winners. This was the basic shorts. We've seen one good move, or one potential stock that has the potential out of how many stocks I have here on the list. Let me see again. Basic shorts, 7, only 9 matches, sorry. Okay, let's go to basic longs. Only 2 matches. Okay, in case I have only 2 matches, okay, on the list, which means it's nearly midday and I don't have trading candidates. Why? Because my parameters are very rough. So change over 4% should be a problem. Volume over 4 million, not a problem. This percentage range is a problem. So let's lower this one from 10 to 6. Let's see what happens here. Okay, I have more action. And now I have six stocks. Let's go over them and see if we can find anything to trade. COUR, Coursera, that's a stock that's up, wow, huge on a amazing gap up, probably earnings. We'll have to read about it later. Yeah, plenty of news on this stock, but I guess it had earnings. So now what do you do? How do you use Coursera? First of all, you can observe very easy that this 1180 is a support level. If you agree with me, then you can buy it either at 11.90 with a stop limit, sorry, with a limit order, or you can buy it here at 12 and the risk 20 cents. So that's what I see right now. Clearly, the support is here. So it's a little bit more obviously than 1% of risk. Right now, it's actually nearly 2% of risk. When you're dealing with the $10 stocks, it's very tough to figure out a very narrow pattern because they tend to be more volatile percentage wise. Anyway, looks good. This one is to me looks like a potential long play. Keep in mind that any stock that's up double digits can easily move down 5-10% intraday. Well, on 32% up, it can easily move down 5% and still be a great winner for the day. It can actually move down 10% and still be a great. So you need to be taking into account that both sides of the trade are valid. And we can see also a huge drop in volume. So it's not like uh, I'm seeing anything spectacular. The only thing that think that I see that's worth taking into account is this perfect support level that hasn't been breached pretty much all day since the morning session. So this is a very clear support level, and we can use that. Okay, number two, Deckers. Deckers a huge gap up, and it goes the other way. Deckers had terrible earnings 3 months ago. Okay, so what can you do? I mean, first of all, the trend is clear. It's a gap up, but it's a gap up and dive. So in this case, if you observe the move to the VWAP, which is also 120, and you can short it here using a strategy that I just talked, using a 1% strategy. 1% is $1, so you can short it anywhere between 119 and 119.50. Stop loss is going to be 120. That's what you can do in retrospect for the future. Again, if you believe and like the setup at the VWAP. So again, you create yourself less than one risk trade, and if this stock continues to dive, 5%, $5 is 5%, can be an interesting scene here for this one. Okay, moving on, CNTE. Wow, what an ugly chart. Guys, you're seeing what I'm seeing? So this stock is up 6%, but started with a gap down, then moved up. There was a potential long play. Okay, moving on. I don't like it. And another stock that started with a gap down and it's moving up. Let's let them. We cannot and don't want to trade those wide range bars. We want to trade narrow range bars. And Edwards, okay, huge gap up. It's moving down. Volume. Let's take a look at the volume. And the quotes. Wow, this one is very spready. 20 cents of spread. Okay, I don't see an entry point, and I'm not sure even about what is the trend here. Obviously, huge gap up, then a big sell-off, then a reversal back to the view up. Is it now up or down? Not interested. If I don't know what is the trend, I rather not deal with that, and maybe things will improve later. Okay, so now with Joby, and another event where it starts with a gap down. That's not nice because it takes time. I mean, when the stock is not starting with a gap up, you miss on the move because who's looking at the stock that's 1% or 2% down? Nobody. And then it starts to move higher. Why would we look at Joby anyway? So clear, it had a couple of beautiful entries. This job is a good intraday mover. So worth watching, but I just don't, and the trend is clear, but it needs to come down for us to deliver a good trade here. That's pretty much what I see, guys. We have a half an hour, not very interesting, but that's midday now on a Friday. Too bad we don't have a CRCL $10 winner today, not at this point. Let me actually search for, let me see, can we search for more ideas? Yes. Obviously not here. Basic charts, microcap, daily power list won't be populated by anything. IPOs, there are a couple of them, but not very interesting. Let's take a look and analyze basic shorts and add stocks to this combo with making the intraday change down to 4% and the range down to 5%. And now we have more candidates, couple of more candidates. BMNR obviously is not shortable. SBT is not shortable. Mobileye is shortable, but not very interesting. Okay, guys, let's not force them. If there aren't, great candidates, we won't force trades. If the trades are not coming to us, that's what we need. The trades to come to us and not us forcing ourselves into a trade where you want to trade just because you are online and the results won't be good. So we wait. Um, if there are no trades now at 12 noon, so be it. We'll come back at 1:30, do another roundup, see what's happening. If there are trades that that can be traded, we'll do it, no problem. Okay, guys, I hope you will, in retrospect, listen to this live stream. The idea here is that you email us, and then we announce you when the next live stream is going to be. And if there will be enough people, like anywhere between 5 and 5,000, I'm joking, of course. Nobody can take care of, but at least 5. If 5 of you will join, we'll do it. Okay, guys, thank you. Do remember to, even if you don't want to join, do like and subscribe to our channel. It's important to us. We are 2 months on air, and thank you for that. We'll see you in our next video or stream.